Okay, so I want to talk about a touchy subject, about fear and how it controls you. But I agree, we don't want to get it too deep or too heavy. So honestly, I've taken a very light and positive approach to it. So I don't want you to be afraid to talk about fear, okay? Okay, so the thing I want to start with is the greatest gift you could give yourself is to study yourself, is to step back and be the observer and watch yourself move through life. It can be life-changing to watch how you respond, why you responded, what you responded to, and then kind of work on, what was I protecting? What was I resisting? What am I repeating? And what story do I have in my head on autopilot? This is just a few suggestions to because when you really become aware of what your insecurities and your fears are without judgment, you will be giving yourself the greatest gift of self-awareness and freedom that you could ever have. Because, so the definition of fear, it's kind of like, it's an unpleasant, this is like several of them, I'm just pulling out some things. Unpleasant emotion, belief that something could be dangerous or cause pain or threat. Fear, anxiety, or concern with an outcome, either for somebody else or yourself. The possibility that something might happen. Do you kind of see what's happening in each one of them? The maybes, the what ifs. It might, okay? But what we do is we jump head first into some of the things that happen, and it causes us to either overreact or avoid or put things off because we're afraid of it. And it often throws us into worrying and overthinking and things like that. And honestly, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow, but fear and these other things are an immense waste of time and energy. Did you get that? It really is. Worry is like our way of pretending we've got some control. Seriously, Irma Bombach said, worry is like rocking in a rocking chair because it gives you something to do, but you go nowhere. You get nowhere. That to me was perfect. And overthinking gives us the illusion, because we're thinking of all these different things, it gives us the idea that we're being prepared. Because we've thought of 99 different scenarios of how something's going to happen, and then it comes to pass, and it's not even close to any of those 99. Mark Twain said, I've had a lot of problems in my life, most never happened.
This is true.
So how much energy are we losing and wasting in this? Now we gotta be realistic. I know there's a lot going on in the world in a macro way, and there's also a lot going on in a micro way in our everyday personal lives. We're not gonna deny that. But what I am gonna say is that everything can be either panic and chaos, or it can be spiritual transformation and personal growth. Okay? Every moment of every day, everything that happens to you, you choose which path you go down. And it bodes reminding you who you are. You're a soul wearing a human body. You're not a body with a soul stuck in it. You're not a body with a soul somewhere around it. You are a soul, just using this as your vehicle right now. You are the greatest example, expression of the divine that there is. And I don't care what you're doing, whether it's an illusion, the matrix, anything like that, everything, the purpose is love. It's really that simple. No matter what the challenges that face you every day, they are meant to trigger you. They are meant to push you towards growth and expansion and opening up. There are no mistakes. There's just lessons and experiences in life. And each and every one of them keep giving us opportunities to act in and from love. Okay? So it's fun when you finally reach a point with your child that they see you as more than just their mom. That they realize you actually have a life and you lived before they were born. Elijah came to this conclusion pretty quick, and he knows some about my life. And one day he asked me, he said, Mama, is there any part of your life that you regret?
Wow.
I know. And I said, oh, that's a good one. And that's really deep. You're going to have to give me a little time to think about this. So I did. I went and thought about it, and I came back to him and I said, no. There is nothing that I would want to be different in my life because I am who I am. There's a few situations I wish I wouldn't have stayed as long or would have gotten out a little sooner. But in general, absolutely not. I wouldn't change a thing about my life. And this is why. Because sometimes, actually oftentimes, the universe takes us on journeys we never knew we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that? It hit, didn't it? Because it was meant to be. There's something to get out of it. You needed it. So if this is the case, when do we finally allow ourselves to relax into it no matter what? To trust it. To trust this is the plan for whatever reason, for me and the people around me. To let that go. And a lot of this ties to our faith. And I talk about faith often, but I want to make a different point about faith today, because I think that sometimes we feel like faith is like a blind belief. But it's more than that. It's more than just blind belief. When you have faith, it's because you are in alignment with the spirit that you are. Because you know, in some way, shape, or form, no matter what, everything's going to work out somehow, some way. It might not even be how we want or how we like it, but it's always going to work out, and we're going to keep moving on in some way, shape, or form. And it's because you have a relationship with the divine, and to cultivate that relationship with the divine. Everybody in this room might have a different version of what that looks like to you, but you wouldn't be in this room if you didn't think there was something bigger than yourself. Okay? Because we all are metaphysical practitioners in some form or fashion. So bottom line, you're not alone. You're never alone. There are unseen forces that love you, that care about you, that want to take care of you. The extent is what you allow. So they're there all the time, around you, with you, every day, big and small. I don't care whether it's a parking spot or somebody transitioning, they're always there for you. The thing with angels and guides and ancestors, though, I want you guys to know, is that because we have free will, it's important to know you need to ask them. You need to invite them. You need to open yourself up to it and actually let them do their job. Now, if angels are a little too woo-woo for you, that's okay. But you got that gut feeling, don't you? You got that little voice inside your head that you listen to that you know is guiding you, right? So it's still, if you're open and you listen, you know you have intuition. Wherever you fall in that spectrum of comfort level, this is there for you all the time. So I have a story for you. I used this a while back. I had this moisturizer that had a pump, and I had used all the moisturizer out of it. Got my little spatula my cousin got me. I love this thing. It gets the bottom of everything. Cleaned it all out, got all my stuff out of it, put the cap back on, and I started to throw it away. And the minute that thing left my hand, I heard, "Don't throw it away." And I thought to myself, why not? It's trash. And I'm all about repurposing, but I can't think of anything I could do with this thing. Do you see just what happened here? I was wide open, but I doubted and I asked questions. Now, this is the fun part. So it's Sunday night, my son and I gather up the trash, he hauls it up to the top, and I want you to know we are the first on the lineup for trash at 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning, bye-bye trash. A little bit later on, I get ready. I get out my new little pump moisturizer, and guess what? My pump won't work. They were telling me, I was apologizing all over myself. Because see, I have formed a relationship with things that surround me, and I have a conversation. I have an open dialogue with them. And they told me, but I doubted. No, I don't do that much anymore. And that, with other things too. Now this was a fun, easy, light thing, and obviously didn't really change my life much. But it's not always that easy. There are bigger things, people, places, and things that we are confronted with that it's important for us to stand up to for ourselves. And the only way we can do that is if we really do know ourselves and have the courage to stand up to the crowd. And I don't know about you guys. No, I know. Any of us in this room that are metaphysical and out-of-the-box thinkers, we've been on the outside, and we know it. We know what that's like. So C.S. Lewis has an amazing quote that I love that helps me a lot. So C.S. Lewis says, when the whole world is running towards the cliff, the one running in the opposite direction appears to have lost their mind. Been there, done that. It's tough sometimes. But you know what? Stop and think about it. Maybe the cliff's not your journey. Might not be your time. That crowd might be operating from fear, false evidence appearing real. They might be operating from misinformation. But when you do that introspection to get yourself, to know yourself, to have that spiritual connection, to have the faith, to trust in that, that's when you can maintain your individual moral integrity and sanity, even in the middle of all of that against the crowd. Because that's not your journey. That's not your experience. You be you. And you don't have to try to convince everybody or make anybody change their minds or anything like that. You don't have to get aggressive, mean, hurtful, or get a billboard. Just be you. And this is what I want you to realize is you have a superpower. Use your superpower. Exercise your superpower to be the quiet strength of kindness, of compassion. Be the example. That is powerful. When you can stand in who you are, what you're saying is that I understand the echo of my actions. It's the small pebble that can be dropped in still water, can make the tiniest little waves go all the way to the other side of the pond or whatever. And then we as metaphysical people that believe and know in energy and frequency and vibration, we get the far big reach of the ripple effect. Like Linda said, we are the light. Just by going out in the world, we're being the light. Storms are going to happen. Stress is going to happen. It's up to us whether we take it into the chaos. And how you do that is not in allowing your attention to be sucked into the chaos, to be distracted by the chaos, drawn in, whether it's big or small or your own personal life, to understand that when you are out here, you're missing the vision of the infinite being. The light and the love and the I am that is in each and every one of you and us. That's how we're approaching the world. So even when things feel really uncertain and we're not sure what to do, love and unity, it's not a weakness, people. That is where the real foundation that holds society together when everything else seems like it's falling apart. True wisdom It comes from the calm under the chaos. It comes from your peace when you rise above your trigger and you learn and grow. It's about us learning how to use our tools of meditation to quiet our mind, to use affirmations to direct and redirect our thoughts and our feelings, to pray to get your alignment with your spirit and the divine, to have gratitude and to open your eyes to all the gratitude around you. There's this guy that I follow on the internet. I don't even know his name. He's under Global Mind, I think. And every single post he makes is about good things. And some of it's big people like Tyler Perry that pays everybody's taxes so that they don't lose their home, and buying groceries, and help me with her name. The Probst. Is it Probst? Jeff Probst's ex, her divorce?
Mackenzie Scott.
Mackenzie Stock, thank you. I know you know. Mackenzie Stock is Scott is the divorcee, and she's got billions. And you know what? She is giving it away right and left. And I'm talking to like ground roots people and organizations that are doing good. The funny thing about it is that the more she spends, the more her money makes. Isn't that fun? And he talks about other things than just big people that have that kind of influence. The one story that hit me was this cop that pulled over this guy. Probably could have given him a handful of violations, and instead he drove him to the store and bought him a car seat for his kid.
Wow.
You know? And the thing of it is the cop would have never said a thing, but he went in and told his captain or whatever so that he wasn't doing it for the recognition. And these are the things, this kind of stuff is happening all around us. But where's your attention going? Okay? The amount of good in your life depends on your ability to open your eyes to see it. Okay? And it takes you making those simple daily pauses in your journey to calm your emotions, to restore your emotions, to bring yourself to that place of harmony and peace so that when you do act, it's from that place. Because guys, fear is what the world taught you. And it actually is what makes you vulnerable and controllable. But love is the frequency of God, source, whatever you need. And that's what you are. You have the opportunity to be that pure form of love. Namaste.